Hi, welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Lebanon and Israel came to an agreement this week on how to share the natural gas fields lying off their respective coasts. The two countries are technically still at war and have no diplomatic relations. The deal has been hailed as historic in some quarters, including by the US and German governments, and as historically bad in others. Some observers say Israel won most from it. Others believe the Lebanese got a better deal. The two countries agreed on who has the right to undersea natural gas fields off their coast. Lebanon and neighboring Israel have been fighting over exactly who owns what in this part of the eastern Mediterranean Sea for around a decade now. The dispute areas include around 860 square kilometers, or about 332 square miles, in what is known as Each Nation Exclusive Economic Zone, or EEZ. These sit outside maritime borders, but a country has special right to what's inside them. The new deal sees Lebanon getting control of the Kano gas field right in the middle of the disputed area, where Israel might now claim a percentage around 70% around it, according to the leaked documents, of any future profit from Canada as part of it is in its EEZ. Meanwhile, Israel gets control over all of the Karsh gas field, which lies further south, closer to the other Israeli-owned gas field, Tamar and Leviathan. Tensions around the maritime claims have come and gone over the past decade. Most recently, they were high again in June after Israel said it was ready for London-listed company Energean to start working at the Karsh gas field. In 2021, Lebanon changed the definition of its EEZ from line 23 to line 29, as you can see in the map below. This would have meant that some of the Karsh gas field belonged to Lebanon. Hezbollah, a militant group inside Lebanon that considered itself Israel's enemy, that said it would attack any ships and equipment in that area. This year, though, several factors have influenced both nations' needs to resolve this issue. The energy crisis in Europe played a major part, explained Heiko Women, project director for Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon at Brussels' headquartered think tank Crisis Group. Thanks to European needs, the door is open for gas exporters, he told DW. Anyone who wants a foot in that door needs to act now before somebody else gets in there, or before natural gas ostensibly only a stopgap energy is replaced by greener energies. So I would say this made it urgent for the Israelis. For example, he said when the Lebanese first changed their EEZ demands from line 23 for line 29, the Israelis laughed it off, but then this gas crisis arrived and they stopped laughing. Women said they wanted to sort it out. Lebanon also continued to labor under an economic crisis that the World Bank has said it is among the most severe episodes globally since the middle of 19th century. Lebanese authorities could do with both the money that an offshore gas field could bring as well as the hopes such as endeavor present for voters. Political chaos in both countries also hastened the agreement. Lebanon held parliamentary election in May but is still being run by a caretaker government. The president of that caretaker government, Michael Owen, is set to step down on October 31. Meanwhile, Israel is nearing its fifth election in 4th year after previous coalition collapse. The next round of voting is set to take place in November. The outgoing Israeli government has agreed to this deal, but now only has 2 weeks to set in motion officially. In economic terms, the deal means that Energean can start working on Israel's Karsh field almost immediately without fear of coming under attack. Israel should be able to start making money there within weeks. In political terms, Israel's current Prime Minister Yair Lapid has agreed that the deal would promote regional stability. The agreement means that both countries now have vested economic interest in maintaining calm along their common borders region. Maha Yahya, the director of the Beirut-based Carney Middle East Center, confirmed in a commentary this week. This is perhaps the most important to Israel. In financial terms, Karish is the smallest of the gas fields Israel is working on, crisis group analyst women pointed out. If it had come to conflict, their entire gas field infrastructure would have been under threat, he explained. The scenario is now off the table, so of course, that is a significant win in security terms. Also, nobody knows exactly how much gas there is in the Canada field. It is currently estimated to be worth around $3 billion altogether. That could bring Lebanon between $100 and $200 million a year. However, Lebanon is far from pumping gas at Canada. The country has done a deal with French energy giant Total to work the field, but further exploration and infrastructure is needed before Canada makes any move. That likely won't happen until closer to the end of this decade, a sector expert says. As Mike Azar, an analyst based in Washington and former lecturer in international economics at the Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies, wrote on Twitter, this deal does not substantially move the needle in terms of Lebanon discovering and exploiting oil and gas reserves. It was ultimately much more profitable for Israel. What Lebanon got was avoiding problems it cannot afford to deal with right now. Neither country really come out on top. Israel likely gave up more territory than it had initially wanted to observe it, but stands to benefit most in the short term with gas sales under improved security conditions. Lebanon gained territory but won't be able to exploit it immediately. Both sides could win here because both sides wanted different things, needed different things. Diplomat Amos Hochstein, the U.S. Special Envoy for International Energy Affairs who negotiated the deal, told Israeli media this week. Because Lebanon and Israel do not officially speak to one another, U.S. diplomat Hochstein had been shuttling between the two countries. The deal was done via a series of letters from the two countries to the U.S. and the United Nations, and the representatives from the two nations may not ever meet. The Lebanese government has stressed this does not mean normalization of ties with Israel. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.